Got to start off this video with an apology. Hello, everyone. My name is Derek, and welcome back to Detroit Lions Syndicate. You already know, blah, 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 whatever, okay? I got to start off this video with an apology. I'm a very analytical guy, so when I looked at the strength of schedule for last year, I figured that we had a good chance to come out on top. That appears not to be the case. Now, on one hand, I did have the Lions going 2-3 into the bye week, and they were going to be 4-2 after. I don't know when our next win is coming, and I will not pick them again until they win. I just can't do it anymore. I cannot pick them again. Lions fall and get shut out. The number one offense got shut out. We lost 4 cornerbacks. Deshaun Elliott and Okudah came back in the game. I don't know what happened to Savion Smith. I hope he's okay. They took him out in an ambulance and said it was a neck injury. I'm not sure what's going on, but what I will say is this. Dan Campbell got taught a lesson today. Bill Belichick, best of all time. He got I can't really put into words. Like, I'm drained of emotion. It's like my soul is a black pit. I'm emotionless at this point. You get shut out. They didn't even show Matt Patricia until the game was well in hand. They didn't even mention him. You lost to Matt Patricia. You being out-coached by Bill Belichick is one thing, but you scoring 0 points is another. I'm not sure what happened. Listen, Jared Goff made a really bad pass, and he fumbled the football. First time that he's done that this season. This is not about Jared Goff at all. So, whatever. Come at Jared if you want to. This is beyond. When we drafted Jameson Williams and I brought up the defense, you guys did not like my reaction to Jameson Williams. Now, I'm not going to go back on my word and say it was the right pick. It was the right pick, but the 6 after that, we passed on linebackers over and over and over. We took Kirby Joseph, who obviously is not ready. We took James Houston, didn't make the team. We took Chase Lucas in the second half, and we took Josh Pascal. When I say second half, I mean at the end of the draft. We took Josh Pascal in the second round. He might come back after the bye week. Lions go into a bye week with a 1-4 record. The Green Bay Packers lost today. They had a chance to do something, and we have a 3-game streak. Bailey Zappi, his first start was a win. And I knew the game was over, even though it was 16-0 coming out of the half. They showed a graphic on the screen that said the New England Patriots had not lost a game in 90 tries at home when leading at the half. The last time they lost was 30 years ago. In 1992, I knew at that point the game was over. The defense, I will say this, and I'm about to ruffle some feathers right now, okay? And I'm going to say this, all right? Some of you might not like it. Some of you might, okay? I've apologized I feel like I misled y'all a little bit, with the record prediction. And it wasn't my intent to mislead. That was my actual thought. However, I'm going to say something that you guys might have a problem with, okay? I honestly believed, and I say believed because my belief is waning at this point, because there's still a year left. There's still time for them to change this thing. But my belief in this regime is starting to waver. And the reason I say that is because Matt Patricia, you had the first season, right? You're getting out of that. So let's watch the first season. But the second season, you're coming into the draft, free agency, and you can say, well, we didn't have any money and all this other stuff, right? But I feel like the Lions could have done what they wanted. Does the salary cap really matter in the NFL? But they could have done what they wanted. But let's say they were doing things smart, okay? Was Pascal the right pick? Was James Houston the right pick? Was Josh Lucas the right pick? Was Kirby Joseph the right pick? Okay? Now, here's where y'all might feel some type of way. When year 3 gets here, Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell's 3rd draft, it is apparent that we need defense, right? So when we'll have more money this coming free agency, we will have more money, or, we can get draft picks. Do we have our offense, right? Let's look at free agency. You got DJ Chark. DJ Chark, 5 games in, is a failed experiment. He's on an incentive-laced deal. He will not be back right now. DJ Chark is our only deep threat. That's why when you say Jared Goff can't go deep, there's nobody to throw it to. There's nobody to throw. Khalif Raymond, he's shorter than I am. There's nobody to throw it to deep, right? I'm talking about a burner. That was supposed to be Chark. Is our receiving core at this moment that much better than last year? Amon-Ra, you could tell he wasn't 100%, but kudos to that young man for playing, gave us some type of spark, right? So coming into the third year, you got to get a receiver, okay? If you draft a receiver in the first round, I'm going to lose my stuff. I'm going to pop a apps. You thought Jameson Williams was bad. If you draft a receiver anywhere in the first round, I will explode. We need linebackers. Brad already said he doesn't go high. So let me get back to my point. My point is this. Year 3, more money. You got the offense, okay? Make some moves in free agency. Somebody who's actually going to impact this team in a positive way. Make some moves in the draft. Defense. When I was on that other guy's show, all off season, I was saying defense. You can't just drive off defense. Who says you can't? Who says you can't? We need defense. Last week, we needed one stop. This week, we need defense. The Lions allowed 29 points today. 29. That's better than the 35 that they were averaging. That's still over 30 points a game. And this year, let me tell y'all, they are negative 30. They're the only team that came into this game negative when it came to point differential. They were -1. Now they're -30 in the red. If we draft a receiver in the first round or any offensive player, I'm going to lose my mind. Speaking of offensive player, where was the offensive line at today? Where was the offensive line at today? It did not exist. So here's what I'm saying. I got sidetracked. Year 3, you might have to turn up the heat on that hot seat. Okay? Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, the Buns, settle them down. They're getting a little warm in year 3 if you don't competitive. Being competitive is fine. We've seen it. Oh, kneecap city. That's all we did year 1. These guys fought. Today, competitive, but not quite there. If we have the 30, anything in the 30s next year, when it comes to defense, it's time to turn that seat up. I don't care what you feel about Brad Holmes. I don't care what you feel about Dan Campbell. Obviously, if we are ranked in the bottom 30 anything, and I'm talking about 27 and beyond, we're not even going to talk about Aaron Glenn. We're not even going to get into that. Okay? Do I think he gets fired? I don't. We had a bunch of injuries. Nobody's getting fired. That's what I believe. So, I don't want this video to go too long. We got a few more minutes. So I'll just say this. The burner needs to turn up in year 3. If we come out and we are ranked bottom in anything, turn up that burner. You can't tell me that he's not on the hot seat. Both of them. Because obviously, we can't have any defense, right? So that's apparent right now. 5 games into year 2, it's apparent that these guys, we have zero defense. And don't forget last year, his free pass year, we had no defense as well. Right now, Matt Patricia's defense is better than this guy's defense. Historically, the Lions are on pace to allow 600 points. Historically. A historic record. The projections, I made a video about a projection saying that we were going to allow a season high 467. And with the 29 today, we've allowed 170 points. We're almost halfway there. And we're only 5 games in. Now, I'll say this, and we'll go on to the post-game show happening at 5 o'clock. If the Lions come out this bye week, I don't think the season is over. I'm one of those guys to make it full circle when we're talking about analytical. I live for this stuff, right? I'm disappointed in myself, but when it comes to the analytical data, the team is not over. It's looking like it's trending that it's over, but mathematically it's not. And I have to live in the season. I'm not talking draft. I'm not talking any of that stuff until January the 11th or 12th gets here. I can't. That's all we do. That is our Super Bowl. I refuse to. I'm gonna stay good or bad in this season. Anyway, I will not back down on this platform. I will not let troll comments or whoever make me feel any different than my opinion. I was right about the defense. I was wrong about the record. However, I did have us 2-4 after Dallas. Still a possibility. My name is Derek. You already know, blah, blah, blah. I'll catch you later.